and welcome to another episode of French Moment with Dr. Chachu. Last episode we talked about colors. I introduced you to the 9 basic colors you're likely to come across in French, and I promised you that we're going to continue looking at how to use them, especially in terms of agreements in number and gender. I'm sure one of the things you have noticed as a difference in French and English is how everything is either masculine or feminine and singular or plural, and sometimes it can get confusing, especially for you because it's not part of English or the local languages that you are used to, but it's very much a part of French and you have to master it. And so one of the things you notice is that when adjectives go with verbs, adjectives go with nouns. An adjective describes a noun. So if you say yellow, you have to say yellow something, okay? So we can say, for example, la banane est jaune. Then we can also say le gilet est jaune. So we have la banane and we have le gilet. La is feminine, le is masculine. And that's because banane is feminine and gilet is masculine. Okay? You will notice that we have jaune and we have jaune. The thing about the words or the colors that end in E is that because already end in E, you don't add another E to make it feminine. It stays the same. And so that is why you have la banane est jaune, le gilet est jaune. So masculine, feminine, it will be the same for orange and for rouge. If you say elle porte une robe rouge, she's wearing a red dress, because a rouge already has E at the end, you don't have to do anything to the adjective as it stands. The same for orange, the same for rose. However, when you're dealing with plural nouns, you would have to add an S, alright? So if we take, for example, les bananes, so plural, the bananas, les bananes sont jaunes. Okay, so the bananas are yellow. We see that because we have the plural marker, if we have le, banane has an S, and then jaune also takes an S. If we had the plural of gilet, like the jackets, they will also be les gilets sont jaunes. I'm sure if you've been following the news for a long time, there was the demonstrations by the French, and they were usually wearing these yellow vests, okay? And so les gilets jaunes became a popular term, and that is the yellow vests, okay? So les gilets sont jaunes, the vests are yellow, all right? So the agreement, there's an S, whilst when it's a singular, and you always look at the noun to help you know what modifications to make. They always say that French is a bit like mathematics. So there's one main element that distributes its properties to the surrounding elements. And in this case, you see that banane is singular and it's feminine, and so the determinant has to be singular and feminine. Where it's masculine and singular, the determinant is masculine and singular, etc. And then banane, because it's feminine plural, we have feminine plural. But as I explained, because jaune has an E already, we don't need to add another E, alright? That is for the adjectives of colors. Now when we take bleu, for example, bleu doesn't end in an E. So what do? And here we do a little bit of gymnastics when we have to deal with bleu. That is not complicated. So we can have So we have le ciel est bleu. The sky is blue. Now, as I explained, ciel is masculine singular. So we have le, alright, le ciel. And so the bleu, there's no change. But ma chemise est bleue. You could also put la instead of ma. But I know we learned the possessive pronoun. So this is my shirt is blue, or the shirt is blue. We see that because chemise is feminine, so chemise is not underwear. I know that some people call singlet and things chemise, but in French we say chemise and it means shirt. Okay, so la chemise est bleue, and you have to add an e because chemise is feminine. And you do the same for vert, for example. So ma chemise est verte, because so this can also be vert. Okay, well, I don't know if you can have a green sky, but let me just take it off so somebody doesn't go and say the sky is green somewhere unless maybe it's in a cartoon or a children's painting. But so ma chemise est verte means my shirt is green, and we've had to put the e there because the vert on its own doesn't have an e. Okay, and so this is an example. Now let's look at an example where you can have maybe feminine singular word. Oh no, let's look at, yeah, with green. So you can say la table est verte. Okay, the table is green. You could also say le pupitre. Okay, so that's a desk. Est vert. So here it's masculine singular, here it's feminine singular. Then what about if we have plural? Okay, so you can have les tables sont vertes, because the tables are feminine and plural, so you have to add an s. Then you can also have les pupitres sont verts. Okay, so because this is masculine plural, you don't add the e but you add the s. So when it's feminine, in most cases you add both the marker of feminine then the marker of the plural. So in French, when you're using nouns, usually you have to identify them by whether there's a mark for singular or plural. Usually the absence of an extra mark means it's masculine, and then when there's a mark, it's a mark of feminine. And then you can have also the mark for the plural. So the plural marker in this case is s. In other cases it can be aux or x, etc. Okay, all right, so we've looked at yellow, orange, red, pink, so jaune, orange, rouge, rose, which end in e. So for them there's no special marker for the feminine, but there's a marker for the plural. We've looked at bleu and vert, okay, which take the e. And then we have noir as well. Noir is black, it also takes an e. So we can have un tableau noir. Okay, for some of you in the new generation, you probably haven't seen un tableau noir before. So we have un tableau noir, okay, which is a blackboard. Okay, a blackboard. So we have the tableau noir, as I mentioned, for masculine plural. Now we have une robe noire. So we have a black dress. You know, most ladies like black dresses. Une robe noire, because it's feminine singular, the noir has an e at the end. And then we have blanc, which is white. So we have tableau blanc because tableau is masculine, but we have une robe blanche. So For some interesting reason, this one had to have an H before the E, but I think that it's because of the nature of the C, knowing that if you put the E immediately after the C, it would affect pronunciation. So that's the only reason. But normally, most words will just take the E. Alright, so this is how to use the colors and do the necessary agreements in number and gender. I hope that you found this helpful. Till I come your way with another episode. Au revoir, à bientôt. But don't forget to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share. See ya. Au revoir.